questions. And typically most of the presentations that I bring to you are information sessions about real estate business or any kind of marketing tips for your business. So tonight's topic is really going to be focused on two individuals, actually. One who uses energy, and the second person would be the one that is going to benefit from the energy. So I wanted to at least just talk a little bit about this. We're not going to have a long night session about this, but I do enjoy bringing this information simply because you guys want to be the first to know this type of information. And in order to do that, you want to make sure that you're the first person that when someone comes to you about this type of information, you're going to say, you know what, I heard about this in November 2023. It was the beginning phase of getting this information. And, we were the first ones to really bring you this information. So tonight's information is not about something I just made up. There is money that is coming through, and I want to make sure that you guys are aware of it, that you guys are fully aware of the money that is coming through the United States, okay? What you see on the screen right now is information about the Biden-Harris administration, making sure that there's open applications for states and territories to implement $8.5 billion for home energy rebates. All right, so I say that again, $8.5 billion has been allocated through the administration. Whether you love Democrats or not, it doesn't matter. The money is there for energy rebates for you and I. So what that means is what we're going to do is talk about how that benefits you as a consumer, because all of us have this little pesky thing called an electric bill. And we're going to talk about this evening how you can benefit of getting rebates through the government. All right. So if you guys can hear me okay before we get things rocking and rolling, please put a 1 in the chat just so I can make sure, because I do like participation and I want to make sure that you are hearing me with no problems. Just put a 1 in the chat because I want to make sure that we guys are all on the same page. Thank you very much. One thing I don't like to do is I don't like to talk long. All right. I really like to get right to the facts so that you all, if you're like me, you like to just get right to the facts so that you're not on a long, fluffy presentation. Is that okay? Is that okay if I give you all stuff and no fluff tonight? Yes? Is that a yes?
That's a yes.
That's a yes. All right. So for the majority of my real estate space, I have been working within Maryland and DC, helping homeowners, renters, and investors get into properties and out of properties for the last 23 years. And it's a wonderful thing that you can help people get in when you have these resourceful information. Maybe someone needs down payment assistance. Maybe someone needs a contractor. Maybe someone needs a home inspector just to get into the property. So a lot of those times, our hands as real estate agents and real estate professionals, as in India is also a real estate professional. Jerry's an investor. And my mom is a homeowner and she's owned several properties before. So all of us have something in common when it comes to you are a resource to someone. And this conversation is all about how can this $8.5 billion be a resource for your clients? Maybe the people that you touch left and right that are coming inside your space. This is going to be something beneficial for everyone. All right. So the conversation really started out where I wanted to primarily speak to real estate investors, Airbnb hosts, realtors, mortgage loan officers, property managers. And you'll see why by the end of this conversation, why that's important, because those group of people know a lot of people that are paying an energy bill. All right. So this can be on a larger level, a bigger benefit for a lot of people when you are in those sectors. So I just want you to start thinking of people in those areas. Who do you know that's a real estate agent? Who do you know that's a mortgage loan officer? Who do you know that has Airbnb properties anywhere up and down the East Coast right about now? And then also, who do you know that's an investor? And then almost everyone you know has, again, one of these. So we'll talk about all the benefits of how that puts together shortly, okay? I want to welcome everybody that is on. Welcome. So how much money are we talking about that's being pushed for energy? That's put in the chat. How much money is being pushed into for energy rebates? Guys, don't be shy. $8.5 billion. All right. 8.5 with the B, right? So when we're talking about this much money, I want you to think about how many people do you know that are out here consuming energy? How many people do you know that are consuming energy? Hey, Pam, welcome, welcome. Another real estate agent. All right. So the company that I partnered with is called Think Energy. To make clean energy simple, easy, and affordable for everyone. So this is the company that is spearheading this information so that we can get way in front of this money. Now, if you were a business owner, you may have heard during the pandemic about $800 billion given for business owners. If you were one of the recipients, kudos to you. But this money was given during that time period to help small business owners, big businesses, stay in business, to take care of whatever they needed to, marketing costs, payroll costs. $800 billion was given between 2020 and 2021. If you were a recipient, again, that was money given from the government to award business owners. Now you may have heard of the ERC, all right? The Employee Retention Program is around, and that is giving businesses up to $26,000 if they have a W-2 employee. So if you had those benefits, understand the government is saying we've got money for an allocation of a group of people to handle certain things. And of course, there's other monies that the government gives money for. What we're talking about now is how much money? 8.5 is going to be given towards energy rebates, towards renters, homeowners, and folks who have commercial properties as well. Okay, so these are going to benefit those groups of people. So think about anybody that you know that may be a renter, that may be a homeowner, and may also may own a small commercial space or a large commercial space. It doesn't matter. When we focus on numbers, this is the part that's irritating, but it needs to be known and documented first. When we take a look at the inflation numbers in the US from September of 2020 through this year, this fall time, this is what we're looking at when it comes to the numbers of inflation. During the pandemic, you're focusing around maybe 2% was the number for inflation. So that means that goods and services were going up about 2% each year. The height of the pandemic, you've got 5%, 8%, even 9.1% did we see the inflation numbers rise. And we felt it, didn't we? We felt it easily when we were going to the store. We were talking about toilet tissue, eggs, berries, everything was on the rise. And we're like, where is it coming from? All right. So everything was rising above us. Now it's coming down, but it's still a problem because we've been at high numbers before. So now we're surfacing probably around anywhere between 3 to 5% for inflation, depending on where your area is. And I felt that just going to the grocery store. I was once paying $8.99 for some grapefruit, and now I'm paying $10.99 for that same thing. Same thing when you go and you take a look at how much eggs are, right? I don't even remember how much eggs were before the pandemic, but it was a normal price. But now you're looking at anything could be $4 or $6, depending on how much you're getting. And it's not that we can avoid these things. It's just we're dealing with it. All right. And it's tightening our pockets. If we look at how much money people are making on average, as far as their average annual pay raise. Now, of course, every industry is going to be different. If you're self-employed, it's not on here. But if you're in any of these sectors, let's say the financial market is about 7.4, education and health services, you're at about 7% that your boss may grant you and say, we're giving you a 7% raise. So if you're making $50,000 a year and you got a 7% raise, you're thinking, I'm doing amazing. I got $3,500 more on my payroll. But if we look at the previous numbers here, does it really make sense? Where's the money really going? Because if the average inflation is going to be around 5%, 7% in some areas, and your pay raise was only 7%, you netted out. So you basically did not make anything, right? So you really want to go back to your boss and say, well, that's great, but I really need a 14% raise because I need to be in front of inflation. I can't just be meeting it. So what we're doing is just meeting it in the middle. And actually, we're not even meeting in the middle. We're just averaging it out, okay? Robbing Peter to pay Paul. Remember that? That's not going anywhere. And this is the reason why when you take a look at that inflation chart, everything in there, including our bills, AT&T, my cell phone bill is going up. My Verizon, just for utility costs, is coming up, for the internet, excuse me. And of course, my electric bill is going up. So the question I want to ask you is, who do you know that uses electricity? You've got a lot more shift now where people are getting in electric cars. You've got way more people now that are, on all kinds of devices, mobile devices. Everyone needs to just plug into something, all right? And now, how many of those same people would want to reduce their electricity cost or even eliminate it entirely? So that's the whole premise of what we're talking about this evening, is answering those two questions right there. Sorry about that. She will move when she wants to move. Talking about the company Think Energy, the actual founder and CEO of the company is no stranger to the energy space. He's already been the founder and CEO of Iridian. Maybe you've heard of that before. I'm sure you have. India. Years ago, the company was there, had lots of direct selling. Same thing, was helping people save on their energy bill. And another company called Creus Energy was also the founder and director of there. So behind the scenes, you have a person who is already with a team already in place to assist with this energy and rebating for people right now. All right. The three things we're going to talk about today are three things that are very important for me as a real estate agent to share with you. Are these resourceful types of information. Again, with me working in real estate, it's very important for me to get you into the home, but it's also important as real estate professionals to keep you in the home, to keep the savings, to keep the resources ready. I received a phone call not too long ago from a lady who says, I've been in the house for 5 years. I was ashamed to come to you, Lorie, but I lost my job. What do I do? So these are the kind of conversations that I have with clients about their credit, about, losing their job. What can I do? I missed a few payments. So even you guys as real estate professionals, you get these calls. I know you do. And you want to make sure now we've got some kind of help when it comes to their energy bill. So here are the three things we're going to target today. One, we're going to talk about the retail energy provider, which is called Think Energy. So remember that name, put it in the chat. Think Energy is the energy supply company. All right, so type that in the chat. Someone type that in there. Think Energy is the supply energy company that we're talking about today. They're going to focus on affordable fixed rates, clean electricity plans for residential and small businesses. So remember, when we talked about affordable fixed rates, now we're talking about what can we do to get on that affordable plan. The second thing we're going to talk about is the community solar market. Now, we're not talking solar panels. We're not talking solar panels because renters don't have panels that can go on their home. Remember that. So we're going to talk about a state-sponsored clean energy program delivering up to 20 years of savings. This is where that $8.5 billion is coming from. 20 years of savings for residential and small businesses. So we're going to talk about community solar markets as well. And the third thing we're going to end out with is the customer referral program. Now, we all love referrals. I know when I go to Subway, I want them to keep clicking my little ticket so I can come back and get me a free sandwich. And y'all know when there's anything else referral wise out there, because you keep using that particular vendor or, restaurant, they want to reward you. How many times does BG&E reward you for paying your bill? How many times does Pepco reward you just for paying that bill? All right, so we're going to talk about a customer referral program that allows customers like you and I to earn monthly rebates up to 100% off of your electric supply charge. Okay, so let's go. Now, energy deregulation. Hey, hey, Carol, what's going on? Welcome everybody that's on IG. If you're on IG and you want to take advantage of the live webinar, I have the pinned registration link. Go ahead and register right there, and you guys can join right in on the live conversation. Now, energy deregulation means that we have choices, and that's a beautiful thing. Now, when I got into my home and you got into your home, there's no way that you could have chosen, hey, I want this particular electric company. No, you got either, if you're in Maryland, you've got BG&E or you got Pepco. But one thing they didn't share with you is you can choose who your supply company is. You can definitely choose that. Now, I can't change BG&E. I don't care. They're going to take it over. That's fine. But many states are giving you the choice. And if you look at your billing, those companies want you to choose your own supply company. So here's the thing. When you take a look at your bill, I want you tonight to now pay attention. When you look at your bill, I want you to take a look at the back side of it. Now, for me, I just switched mine over to Think Energy, but I want you to understand the electric supply is what we're talking about. That, my friends, is where the majority of your money is going to. The electric supply is now it's going up. And I reached out to BG&E because I just wanted to know. From the last 2019, I wanted to know how much has my electric supply been going up. I'm curious. And you can call and you can check on yours as well. It's been going up from 7 cents ever since 2019. And right now, it's at 0.118%. So basically 12%. So in essence, I have a variable rate. You probably have a variable rate on your supply rate, on your supply charge. And if that keeps going up, you have no control over what your billing is going to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how we can lock that in so that you as the consumer, the customer, can lock that in for a fixed rate. Because many of you who are in real estate, you understand the difference between a 30-year fixed or a variable rate, right? If you know choosing a variable rate will adjust whenever the index is going up or down, you understand your payments will go up or down. If you understand a fixed rate, then you understand your payment is what it is for that set time that you chose the loan. It's the same thing with our billing here. All right. So with this service, ladies and gentlemen, you have the opportunity to know your utility company is going to stay the same. If you're with BG&E, you're still with BG&E. You're still going to have the same billing if you have complaints or problems, if you have monthly, what do you call that, budget billing, nothing changes, all right? And there's no disruption in your service. So if you take a look at your bill tonight, as I mentioned, take a look at your bill under electric supply. Mine right now says BG&E because they're the high ones, all right? So they're the ones that have the higher supply charge. And what we want to do is help reduce that. So when you switch it over to Think Energy, you're going to see you have an option to have a lower supply rate, either for 12 months or for 36 months. So drop that in the chat. You now have the ability to switch it with Think Energy for 12 months or 36 months. When you take a look at your bill, you've got the electric supply, you've got the kilowatts times 0.118. That shows you basically 2750 of my, well, this one at this time, the majority of the bill was $60 and the whole bill was $97. So my entire electric bill was $97. Of that, the electric was $60. So the majority of the supply, I'm telling you, is there. Okay. So here we are, giving you the ability to change that. Now, if you are in these available states, listen up, because this is a big deal. If you are in Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Washington, D.C., and even Texas. Texas is on there. There's 15 states that are now available through Think Energy's program. So it's not anything where, if you know someone in these states, you can certainly reach out to them and just let them know there is an energy savings program in place. You definitely want to take a look at it to save some money on your energy bill. Okay? It's a free service. So when you're looking at this, the whole benefit is to have clean energy, renewable energy, not dirty energy from fossil fuel. The whole purpose of the 8.5 that's being poured into these markets, into these states, is to get cleaner energy, point blank. And we want to be a part of it. That's it. So I want to make sure that you guys know the benefits is that you get 100% clean energy, you get competitive long-term fixed rates. And remember, it's either 12 months or 36 months. There's no cancellation fees. There is a free energy club program that allows you to get rebates, and you're part of the rainforest protection. So are you in any of these states? I know the majority of you are in some of these states that I just mentioned, but do you know anyone in Washington, D.C.? Do you know anybody in Maryland, New York? Okay, now you guys have friends up and down the East Coast. Now, of course, any of these other markets, of course, they'll be rolling out soon. But if you're in these markets, I want you to pay close attention, because you can definitely find out if you can have a savings right now. Now, here are 4 states I really want you to pay attention to. In the chat, somebody write this in here. Maine, Maryland, New York, and New Jersey. Can somebody type that in the chat? Maine, New York, Maryland, and New Jersey. Those 4 states, I'm going to let you know when we get to the end how there's going to be an extra benefit for people that are residing in those 4 states. Okay, so let's keep things moving, and I'll share with you why that's going to be so important when we get a little bit closer to the end. Texas is one of the states. If you know anybody that's in that area as well, you can certainly help them out. Now, utilities companies want you to make this change. They don't want you to pay something expensive. Energy supply companies will continue to go up, and you have the opportunity. They want you to know you can take control of your electric supply costs by choosing a supplier that has a lower rate. Simple as that. And for real estate agents, I do want to share with you something huge that I'm working on that will definitely be a big improvement for you, especially for your business right now. All right. Most of the costs you're going to see rising energy prices. Overall, we've almost seen almost 18% rising in a lot of markets. This is the reason why we're looking to see what can we do to control cost. Now let's shift gears. We've talked about the retail energy portion. We've talked about saving the customer money on their billing, getting a fixed rate, right? And with that, I want to now talk about the community solar. This is going to be huge because I mentioned in those markets, you guys didn't write it in the chat. You want me to do it? Is that what it is? Y'all just sitting back. Here are the areas that I want you to focus on that are really going to impact because they're launching right now. Are y'all awake? Huh? Y'all awake? You good? You good? I can't hear you. Can you guys hear me okay?
I'm here.
Okay, just making sure, because we chatting, right? We're not vibing back. All right, so for the community solar, I want to make sure that you guys know this is the major part of the savings for a lot of people. Now, that is a state-sponsored clean energy program that's delivering up to 20 years of savings for residential and small businesses. So now we're talking, not only are you able to get a fixed rate for your home or your business, but now you're able to get additional savings up to almost 25% now for the next 20 years. All right, so let's talk about that. For those 4 states that I just shared with you, those are the areas that Maine and New York are the 2 states right now that are community solar markets. So that means that there are already solar fields in those areas, and those customers are getting that additional money off of their billing. How does that sound? Have you guys seen these solar fields out? Acres and acres of land. There is, I was going to Ocean City about 2 weekends ago, and I looked to my left as I'm driving, and I'm like, I see them. I've never paid attention to them before, but these were acres of land that just had solar panels in the ground. And those are the solar fields that a lot of people are now getting the benefit from. All right. So when you think about these solar benefits, it is free to enroll. You're getting up to 25% discount on your supply rate up to 20 years. There's nothing to buy, nothing to install, no rooftop required, no solar panels, of course, are required from you. And even renters qualify. So this right here is an amazing, there's, if you probably pay attention, you may not have paid attention to a lot of these open areas that are now converting these open fields. So if the government wants us to go more green, they definitely want us to make sure that we're using more clean energy. This is what you're going to see more of, and you're going to see much more households benefiting from this, where they don't have to get solar panels on their home, but they can also get this savings from a solar field. And that's what we're talking about, getting you additional money off of your utility bill. Right now, we've got some markets that this is the largest growing energy savings opportunity in the nation. This is a state-supported clean energy program expanding state by state. So different states are rolling out as we speak. And this is a ground floor opportunity to be at the forefront of clean energy industry. New Jersey, they should be launching this weekend, actually, this Sunday. So those customers that are already electricity customers, ladies and gentlemen, they're already getting the benefit now of getting an additional up to 25% off their billing. Just because they're already in line with Think Energy as an electricity customer, they're already in line. So those enrollments should start next week. Maryland, this is the reason why I'm doing this, so that you all know this should be launching the first week of December. So you become a customer, and then at the same time, when the solar community does open near you, you're already in line for it. So let's just say in the next 3 months, it opens up. Not only are you getting the savings, the fixed rate savings, but you're also getting this additional savings for yourself. All right, does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah.
Are we tracking? Are we tracking? So do we need solar panels on our home? Yes or no?
No.
We don't need them. How long is the rate fixed?
20.
Well, for the electricity, it's either 12 months or
So 36.
right. So you got the opportunity of choosing either between. Now, when that electricity, when the community solar market becomes available, like for us in Maryland soon, then you have the additional how many years of savings?
20 years.
No problem. Look at her. She already passed the test. And how much savings are you getting additionally off of your electricity bill? Up to
25%.
you got it. So you can do the presentation tomorrow for me.
No.
All right, Mama, we'll keep it moving. Let's talk now. The third thing I want to talk with you is about the referral program. All right. So let's talk about how you can get monthly rebates up to 100% on your electricity supply charge. So in this case, What I want to do is show you a real life example of, in this example, my energy supply was $60. So if my bill, this other taxes and fees, we can't get around that. So it's $97 was my bill, is my bill. And $60 is the majority of it. So what is that? $37 is basically what my bill would be once I get a 100% rebate. So I want to show you how you can get at least a 100% rebate so that you can get a credit of that $60, in my case, every single month. How much for you, ladies and gentlemen, on average, type it in or you can unmute yourself. How much do you see your electric bill averaging out? How much do you see your bill normally around? What you got, Annie?
Well, I don't, you say it doesn't matter whether you're on the budget or not, right?
Correct. Jerry, you've got a house full of people. How much is your bill normally? Jerry? $100 or less, that's good. That's good. Well, you're single, so you that's why the billing is a little bit lower. When you take a look at this, let me show you how you can get advantage of getting 10%, 40%, or even 100% off the billing. All right. So the Free Energy Club is available to all customers. So here's how you can earn the money every single month. If you know 3 other customers like you that have a bill in any of those markets that we talked about, okay, anything up and down the East Coast of those 15 states that you saw, if you know 3 people that you can refer, I promise you, you will be getting a 10% rebate. Now that deposit could be any form. It could be a ACH, it could be a direct deposit, but what's going to happen is whatever your supply rate is, you're going to get 10% of that. So in this case of my bill, if I referred 3 customers just to Think Energy so that they can get the savings just like me, I would be getting 50, is this 59? Basically a $6 check, $6 credit on my deposit account. Not much, but not much, but it's there. It's available. If you refer 10 customers to Think Energy, you're getting 40%. All right. So instead of me getting just 10%, now I'm getting more money as a rebate back. And if you refer 20 customers or more, you're now seeing 100%. So most of the customers make up the business is what I'm really trying to say, because the referring part is really up to us. How many people do you know to your left and right that have the utility bills? It doesn't cost you anything, but what you're doing is you're helping them save money on their utility bill. And it's helping you really almost get 100% off of your supply charge. Got it? Okay. So that is the rebate program that is available. So how that works is first, you just become a customer. You invite your friends and family. You have your own referral link, so you don't have to qualify them. A lot of times when you're getting solar panels for your home, it's not a bad thing. I do have friends, India is in the business, and I have other friends who are in the solar business as well. But with that, you have a select group of people that you can only talk to. You can only talk to homeowners, and they have to qualify for that particular program. All right. And most times it's going to be a loan. So you have to have a particular credit score as well. 650 is typically the range of where the credit score needs to be in order for you to qualify for solar panels. All right. Here, you don't have to do all of that. There's no tax returns, no, let me get a pay stub real quick. None of that. All right. As long as you are paying an electric bill and you qualify in one of the markets that's already online, then you qualify. It's not a problem. And Think Energy takes it from there. So you don't have to talk to the customer. You don't even need to get billing from your own customer. You just want to let them know, get a copy of your bill, because there's going to be an ID number that you will need, and that's it. but the customer has that. You don't need to help them with, you don't need to put that in the system is what I'm trying to say. All right. So the electric markets are out there, ladies and gentlemen. People are going to be paying electricity. The Think Solar community, which is going to be expanding very soon, the U.S. Energy Department estimates over 5 million community solar customers by 2025. So right now, this is wide open and it's groundbreaking for a lot of people. So again, I ask you, who do you know that has electricity? All right. And how many of those people, how many of those would want to reduce their electricity supply costs or eliminate it entirely? All right. So right now, what I wanted to do was at least just let you know that that is the side available for customers. Any of you can participate at any given time. If you know someone that might be interested in becoming an advisor and earning money with this transaction, then let me show you how that takes place. Okay. So for those individuals that help put this together, think about it. When the PPP loan and the ERC loans were together, there are individuals, there's representatives out there that are helping put this together. I don't know if you guys have been receiving calls, but I get a whole bunch of calls about the ERC. And that is particularly for business owners who want to get that $26,000 tax credit. All right. Same thing with that. You as an advisor are putting customers together to get this rebate together. So if you're getting paid for it, let me show you how Think Energy is paying you as an advisor. The lovely thing about that is that a lot of the customers, some of them become advisors because they start to see some of the benefits that are really on the table. As an advisor, it's only $129 one time to sign up, and then only $99 per year. There's no monthly fees. So that's the beautiful thing about it, is that you can get started, get your certification training, which could probably take you about 30 to 45 minutes. That just makes sure the company knows you know what to do. You're going to get your own customer enrollment website, and you're going to get an energy advisor site. So you have 2 different links that you can offer people depending on what they want to do. Here's the benefit for you if you're looking at it from an advisor standpoint. Imagine, I'll just show you 3 different ways because there's 9 different ways that the company can pay, but I'm only going to show you 3 because it's just too much. But 3 ways that you really want to see how you can get paid as an advisor when you enroll a customer. So let's just say Annie had enrolled Mike. When Mike signs up as a customer, Annie will earn $20 simply for that union. That's it. All right. However long that took, doesn't matter, but that took a few minutes just to take for Mike to get a customer. That commission that Annie earned is $20. Now you might be thinking that's not a whole lot of money, but I'm sure Annie knows a lot more than just one person, right? And if you start focusing on the numbers and start thinking, well, how many people could I talk to per week, or, whatever, how many can this be so I can help more people? The way that I focus on things is not how much money can I earn. It's first of all, how many people can I help? How many people can I help with this? And let's just on the small side say, all right, if you're helping 10 people this week, 10 people this week, that's $200 that you did by not leaving the house, by not having to qualify anybody except, just making sure they're in the states that we are in, but you don't need to get any tax returns. You don't need to show, houses, things like that. So for real estate agents, it's a beautiful thing. And for Annie, you're retired. This is a beautiful thing because think about how many people that are already paying this type of bill anyway. And so that's $20 per customer that's enrolled. Now, once the community solar market has opened up, let's say in Maryland, it has opened up in December, and let's say that same person, Mike, and in your case, is now in position to be on the community solar. That's now anywhere between $60 and $120 that you just earned because of that transition. You didn't have to do anything extra with Mike. He was already in line as a customer. with Think Energy. So as Think Energy is merging over to the solar, that's another $100 that you could have made. So for that same transaction, if you did $100 times the same 10 people, once they switch over, that's $1,000 that Annie just made on top of the $200. So that type of money is there in place for you to assist people to either get one, electricity, or when they're ready to, when the community is ready for community solar, then you get more money. And this is the money that's trickling down from the government to help out with these rebates. And this is the reason why you're getting that upfront money like that. All right. So if Mike had referred somebody and Mike had referred another person, Annie will still get paid on that transaction. Okay. Any questions on that so far? That's just two of the ways that you can get paid. Looking good? The other way is based upon, I'm not going to go too much into the billing here, but I want to focus on the actual residual. Now, as I'm getting older, one thing is coming into play is I need residual income. I don't know about you. We're all getting younger, right? And something about checks that come in every month delight me. They delight me. And so now you have the ability. One of the other ways that the company is paying and rewarding advisors is now customers that pay a bill, you can get either $1 or you see the pink in here, 20 cents, 50 cents. You can get a couple coins based off of everybody's billing. Now, one person, of course, is not going to make the difference. But once you start having customers, refer customers, they're all your customers as advisors. So as the pool grows, can you go $5, $3 a month, $9 a month? I'm following me in the green here. $27 a month. This is all as your customers start to increase. And best believe when you have people that are doing the referral, you really can't control that part. So it's a great thing when you just get checks when you like, I don't even know how the heck I got this. But you have the ability to make $8,200, $24,000 a month, $98,000 a month, $442, all because of the accruing of customers being customers. That's it. And so this is why I said groundbreaking. You're the first to know, and you want to get in, of course, first, because you want people to get that information from you. So the more information that you get, you're getting paid off of customer acquisition. Yes. You're getting paid when that transaction becomes, when that community solar becomes available. It's the second way. And then you're also getting paid another way here off of the monthly billing. People are going to make their billing anyway. They're going to make, so when this bill is active, you're going to be getting paid for the life of that account. That's the biggest part that I adore about that, is that you're getting paid as long as this person has this account. Now, I've had this account number for the last 6 years, and I've moved twice. But the account number stays with me because I still stay with BG&E. So as long as you have that same account number, it follows the person. All right. And it follows you. And that's how you would definitely be getting paid. There's a partner pool as you get more and more customers, of course, as you advance through the company. This is a direct selling company. So just so you guys know that, you get shares in the company as you increase in business. All right. Everyone starts out here as a regional, and you can move all the way up to senior partner. It all matters with how many customers, of course, that your group is obtaining. So I'll fall back now on what is your why. And you guys know a lot of times I speak through inspiration, through a lot of my posts on social media. What is your reason why you're doing this? And why would you do this? And the main reason for me, when I looked at this, it was just last month that I took a look at it. The reason that I look to do this is for my future. I don't have a traditional 9-to-5 job. So as far as the retirement is concerned, for me, that was the biggest thing I'm looking forward to, is to fund my retirement. So that is the reason why, is to make sure that not only myself is taken care of, but anyone in my family that needs it can also have the benefit of funds. So this is the reason that's my why. You know, I do want to have more time. I do want to have more freedom, but definitely I want to make sure that I'm giving back more than anything to family and to my village as well. Less stress, debt, financial worries might be yours, and just to know the greater purpose that you're helping other people. You have to determine what is your particular why. So we're all done here. Just wanted to wrap things up. I definitely want to answer any questions if you have any. But there's either one of three ways that you're going to see this. Are you going to get started as an energy advisor? You see the bigger picture. As a real estate professional, as anyone that knows people, I would say an energy advisor would be your best bet. It's $129 to get started. Remember, it's just one time you pay that. And then it's $99 each year after that to maintain your site. The energy advisor has way more financial benefits so that you reap the multiple ways that you're able to get paid and help customers. If that's not what you seek, that's not a problem. If you're not ready to be an advisor, just be a customer. Be a customer and at least be in position so that you can at least get the rebates on your billing and at least have the opportunity to get the next couple of years locked in. Remember, I called BG&E, and you can call them for yourself. Your rate is a variable rate, and it will keep going up. And if we took a look at the chart of where it's going, it's not going down. I promise you, the rates for billing for this is not going down. But what you can do is at least protect yourself, lock it in, and at least for the next 12 months or 36 months, lock it in. And then also know as a customer, once your market opens up in Maryland, which is not going to be long, you have the additional savings coming from the government that will allow a 20-year savings up to 25% off that bill. So I want to make sure that you guys all know that it's here. You have the ability to refer customers as well. And that will help you get your billing almost down to nothing. So if you have any questions, I am here. If you want to get started, I have the website right up here on the website, on the page. So if you wanted to at least do your due diligence to start checking out the page, take a look at that information. All right, it's thinkenergy.plus/the L exchange. And that right there, you can at least get started on either of those, customer or be an advisor.